lymph nodules that are present within the appendix. So a closed tube, similar epithelium to your large intestine, and the presence of lymph nodules. That will help you to identify the appendix. Alright. So at the end of the large intestine, we have our rectum, and again here you see a transition from the rectum to the anus. So what we're looking for is a transition from the, I think this one shows the transition. A transition from the simple columnar epithelium to a stratified squamous epithelium. Alright, so once we see that transition, we know that that's our recto-anal junction. Alright, so we're seeing stratified squamous epithelium. So where's the only other place that you'll see that within the GIT? Within the esophagus. So how would you tell the difference here between the anus and the esophagus? No, they're both non-keratinized. So what are you looking for in the submucosa for the esophagus? Remember, you have the esophageal glands. Alright, so if you're not seeing esophageal glands, that's one way to tell that, okay, this is not the esophagus, this is the...
But in the anus, we have keratinized.
Right, so it's gonna move, not all the slides are gonna have that, so most of it you'll probably just see non-keratinized epithelium. But if it goes to all the way to the end where you start to see the skin epithelium, then you'll see the transition into the keratinized epithelium.
Does this slide have the layers like the laminar propria and all this?
It does, but it's not as distinct as you would see in the esophagus.
Is that another way to like?
So yeah, that's another way. So we can see the epithelium here. Most of this is our submucosa here. Let's go back to 4X. Alright. So mostly submucosa. We're seeing a little bit of muscle. Yeah, the staining isn't that great either. But the layers aren't going to be as distinct as you would see in your esophagus.
You don't see the glands.
Yeah, and you don't see any glands. That's the main thing. Alright, so we're just seeing kind of connective tissue here. Alright, so the main thing is that if you don't see any glands, then you know that that's your, that's the anus. Alright, and you're also looking for the transition from the symphysis epithelium. Alright, so here we go. We have, well, the section isn't that good, but, moving from that into the stratified squamous epithelium. Let me show you another slide of that.
I mean, like in the esophagus, there's some transition between.
But you're looking for the glands, remember? And in the stomach, you also have glands. You also have the pyloric glands. Okay, let's go back to the pyloric. Alright, so again, notice the layers aren't that distinct. Everything just kind of looks clumped into one thing. Alright, okay, so here now we're seeing the transition into the keratinized epithelium. Alright, so we're seeing a little bit of that. that would be the rectal anal junction. Alright, so we look at the liver today. Okay, so this is a scanning view of the liver. So the liver is divided into lobules, and then within the lobules, at the middle of the lobule, you have what's called your central vein. Alright, in the human liver, the lobules aren't that distinct, so it's kind of hard to see them separately. But you can kind of see, the central vein, and you can kind of see the outline of where the lobules would be. Alright, so this is a central vein here. So pretty much your lobule would be, it's kind of a hexagonal structure. So you'd have a little bit of connective tissue separating the different lobules. But we see the central veins here that are present in the middle of the lobule. Alright, so this is the human liver. Alright, so the distinctions aren't that great. If you look at a slide of the rabbit liver or the pig liver, it shows the lobules on the liver. Alright, so this is the liver of the pig. So notice here, you have a little bit more connective tissue between the lobules, so you're seeing them a little bit more distinctly. So we can see this is one lobule here, this is another one. And actually this one, you can see the central vein there. So now we can see the actual lobules, we can see the separations between them. Alright, so that's one lobule there, here's another one. Alright, and then at the center of the lobule you have your central vein. Alright, so if we zoom in here. Okay, so this would be our central vein, and then we can see the hepatocytes that are, they're arranged in kind of in cords, and they kind of look like the spokes of a wheel that are coming off from the central vein. So we have these cords that are coming off, the cords of hepatocytes that are coming off from the central vein. And then in between the hepatocytes, we have our sinusoidal capillaries, or your sinusoids. Alright, so notice you can see, between some of them you can see some, you see the spaces. Some of them you can see a little bit of the blood cells here.
You got any macrophage?
Yeah, so the macrophages, remember with the macrophages we're looking for,
What are they called?
Kupffer cells, right?
So
So your macrophages, you're looking for
Kupffer
the,
cell would be the answer.
we're pretty much looking for, macrophages that have eaten. They're easier to identify. So if you see that schmutzy stuff in the cytoplasm, then you know those are the macrophages. And they're usually lining the sinusoids here. So you'll see them in these spaces between the hepatocytes. I'm not really seeing any in this one.
Yeah. Can you focus on that? There's one right there. In the, you gotta kind of move the slide over a little. To the left. Right there. Do you see this space in the sinusoid there? Inside the vessel?
Then,
It kind of looks like a half triangle, sort of kind of in between the two hepatocytes.
Oh, here?
Yeah, up a little.
Oh, here, yeah, you see a little bit of,
You
okay,
can see the nuclei.
yeah, and you see a little bit of the stuff inside the cytoplasm, yeah. Yeah, good, I didn't see that.
Anything that's not a space, well, anything that looks like a nuclei within this space, that's not
Right, and it's sitting between the hepatocytes, so you know it's in the space, it's in the sinusoids.
And they tend not to have round nuclei. They tend to be kind of oddly shaped nuclei.
Alright, so that's your hepatocyte there, your macrophage there. Alright, so our central vein, our hepatocytes, sinusoids. Alright, so in the connective tissue that's